Imagine an object of unimaginable power, a weapon, a communication device, a divine battery. It's not just made of gold, it's a focal point of faith, a symbol of a nation's covenant with God, and the central mystery of one of history's greatest stories. This is the Ark of the Covenant. For over 2,000 years, its fate has been one of the world's most enduring enigmas. Was it destroyed as a mundane piece of furniture by invading armies? Or was it hidden, safeguarded by prophets and knights, waiting to be revealed at a pivotal moment in history? The search for the Ark is more than an archaeological quest. It's a journey into the heart of faith, legend, and the human desire to touch the divine. Today, we're not just looking for a lost relic. We're deciphering a puzzle that spans millennia, separating the compelling myths from the tantalizing clues that suggest the Ark's story may not be over. Before we can search for it, we need to understand what it is. According to the biblical book of Exodus, the Ark was no ordinary chest. Its construction was dictated by God to Moses on Mount Sinai with precise, almost scientific, specifications. It was a box made of acacia wood, overlain entirely with pure gold inside and out. Carried by poles slipped through rings on its side, it was designed to be portable, yet no one could touch it directly on pain of death. Its lid, known as the mercy seat, was a solid gold slab crowned with two cherubim, their wings outstretched and facing each other. This was not just a container, it was a throne, the very dwelling place of God on earth. But what was inside? The Bible tells us it held the ultimate relics of the Israelite nation, the two stone tablets inscribed with the Ten Commandments, a pot of the heavenly manna that sustained the people in the wilderness, and the staff of Aaron, which had miraculously budded. Yet, the Ark itself was the primary wonder. It was described as a divine tool. It could part the waters of the Jordan River, leading the Israelites into the Promised Land. When carried around the walls of Jericho, it brought them tumbling down. It was a weapon of immense power, but also a source of grave danger. In one famous account, a well-meaning man named Uzzah reached out to steady the Ark as the oxen carrying it stumbled. He was struck dead instantly for his unauthorized touch. This wasn't merely a sacred symbol. It was treated as a volatile, powerful object, a force that had to be handled with exacting ritual precision. For centuries, the Ark resided in the tabernacle, a portable temple that moved with the Israelites. Its power was central to their identity. But it was King David who brought the Ark to Jerusalem, establishing the city as the spiritual heart of the nation. His son Solomon built the magnificent first temple as a permanent home for this most holy object. Placed within the inner sanctum, the Holy of Holies, the Ark was the core of Jewish worship. Only the high priest could enter this chamber, and only once a year, on Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. Then, the trail goes cold. Sometime after the glory days of Solomon, the Ark vanishes from the historical record. The Bible, which had meticulously chronicled its every movement, falls silent. The key event is the Babylonian conquest of Jerusalem in 586 BCE. The armies of King Nebuchadnezzar II looted and destroyed Solomon's temple, carrying the treasures of Judah back to Babylon. We have detailed lists of these spoils in the Bible: golden bowls, censers, and other vessels. But the Ark of the Covenant is conspicuously absent from these lists. It is never mentioned as being taken. This single, deafening silence is the spark that ignited a 3,000-year search. Was it destroyed in the chaos, hidden by pious priests before the Babylonians broke through the walls? Or was it taken to a secret location, far from the reach of empire? The mystery of the Ark's fate has given rise to several compelling theories, each with its own blend of history, tradition, and intrigue. The simplest explanation is often the most logical. Perhaps the Ark was just another victim of war. The Babylonians were thorough. They smashed the temple, burned the city, and exiled its people. It's entirely possible the Ark was melted down for its gold, or simply broken apart and lost in the rubble. For many historians, this is the most likely scenario. Yet, for those who believe in its divine power, the idea that such a singular object could be so casually destroyed by a pagan army feels unsatisfying, almost anticlimactic. The silence of the biblical record suggests something else may have happened. This is the most well-known and romantic of the theories. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church claims to possess the Ark and has for millennia. It resides, they say, in a specially built chapel next to the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion in Axum. A single monk, a guardian, dedicates his entire life to protecting it, never leaving the chapel grounds. The story behind this claim is found in the Kebra Nagast, Ethiopia's national epic. It tells of Menelik the son of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. Menelik traveled to Jerusalem to meet his father, and on his return to Ethiopia, was accompanied by a group of Israelite nobles who secretly brought the Ark with them, swapping it for a forgery left in the temple. This tradition is so powerful that every Ethiopian church contains a replica of the Ark, called a tabot, which is central to their liturgy. The problem? No independent scholar or archaeologist has ever been allowed to see the object in Axum. Is it the ultimate act of preservation, protecting a relic too holy for human eyes? Or is it a powerful piece of national mythology? The mystery remains sealed behind chapel doors. If the Ark wasn't taken to Ethiopia, maybe it never left Jerusalem at all. This theory posits that priests, foreseeing the Babylonian invasion, hid the Ark deep beneath the Temple Mount. The labyrinth of tunnels, cisterns, and chambers under that contested holy site is one of the least explored archaeological areas on Earth. Could the Ark be hidden there, waiting? A fascinating twist on this idea comes from the Copper Scroll, one of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Unlike the others, which are written on parchment and contain religious texts, the Copper Scroll is a list of hidden treasures and their locations. It speaks of vast quantities of gold and silver, and some researchers believe it may describe the hiding places of the temple treasures, possibly even the Ark. However, the locations are cryptic, and the scroll has never led to a definitive discovery. This theory catapults the Ark into the world of medieval conspiracy. The Knights Templar, the powerful monastic military order formed during the Crusades, were based on the Temple Mount. The story goes that during their excavations under the stables they used as their headquarters, they discovered something of immense power, perhaps the Ark itself. This discovery, the theory suggests, is what gave the Templars their sudden wealth and influence. When the order was suppressed in the 14th century, their treasure vanished. Some speculate it was taken to Scotland, while others point to the tiny French village of Rennes-le-Château, where a priest in the late 19th century suddenly became immensely wealthy, leading to speculation he had found a Templar secret. This theory is light on hard evidence, but heavy on allure, linking the Ark to secret societies and European folklore. The search didn't end with medieval knights. In the modern era, the quest has continued with a mix of high technology and dedicated scholarship. One of the most famous modern searches was led by archaeologist Ron Wyatt. In the 1980s, he claimed to have found the Ark in a cave directly beneath the supposed site of Jesus' crucifixion. He said he saw it, but was prevented by divine intervention from providing photographic proof. Unsurprisingly, the academic world universally dismisses his claims as fabrication. A more credible, though still controversial theory comes from the late physicist Paul D. Maley. He proposed that the Ark was not a supernatural object, but a sophisticated electrical device. His hypothesis suggests that the gold over wood construction acted as a giant capacitor, a Leyden jar storing static electricity. This, he argued, could explain the reports of lethal discharges like the one that killed Uzzah. While this doesn't explain its current location, it offers a fascinating scientific reinterpretation of the biblical descriptions, framing the Ark as a piece of lost ancient technology. So, where does this leave us? The Ark of the Covenant is more than a physical object. It is an idea. Its power lies in its absence. The fact that it vanished without a definitive explanation has allowed it to live on in our collective imagination, appearing in art, literature, and blockbuster films. Whether it rests in a sealed chapel in Axum, a hidden tunnel in Jerusalem, or exists only as fragments of gold in a Babylonian smelter, its story is far from over. The search for the Ark is a mirror. It reflects our deepest questions about history, faith, and the nature of power. Are we seeking proof of God, a connection to a glorious past, or simply the thrill of the world's greatest treasure hunt? Perhaps the true legacy of the Ark is not the object itself, but the unending quest it inspires, a quest for meaning, for evidence of the divine in our world, and for the answers to history's most captivating riddles. The map is drawn from ancient texts, whispered legends, and fragments of clues. The X, however, remains hidden, waiting for the next chapter to be written. If you're finding these insights valuable, make sure to subscribe to the channel. By hitting that subscribe button, you're not just supporting this work, you're ensuring you don't miss our future videos, where we'll continue to break down complex topics into clear, actionable ideas. Your subscription is the best way to build a library of knowledge together.